إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد. Indeed, we begin always with the praise of Allah alone. All praise and thanks are due to Him alone. And I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His servant and messenger. Whatever is good from what is to come, then is from Allah alone. Whatever mistakes, shortcomings, or deficiencies, then those are my own. Usually in these khutbahs, we like to prepare a lot. We like to think about how we can talk very nicely, very fancily, and things like that. But a lot of times, the best thing to do is just to talk straight. When you talk straight from the heart, people know what you're talking about. Usually the khatibs, I'm speaking for all the khatibs from experience, when we talk, I would say we're talking with our gloves on. As in, we're trying to soften things a lot. And in this khutbah, inshallah, I'm not going to be talking with the gloves on. I'm going to be taking them off. And that doesn't mean I'm going to be harsh. That doesn't mean I'm going to be hitting nobody. I'm not talking boxing. When you take the gloves off, that means you want to help somebody. That means I'm going to hold out my hand. You can't help somebody when you have gloves on, when you have mitts on, because you don't have proper fingers. So inshallah, it's going to be a little bit of a different style, probably something you haven't really heard before. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willing, it's going to be beneficial. Now, I always got to start with an analogy. That's just, if you've seen any of my khutbahs, that's just my style. So I always got to start with an example, because that helps people understand. Examples are practical. So I want everybody to just think a little bit. It's a very simple analogy, but it's going to be, inshallah, useful. What if I told you right now this floor right under us is going to collapse? And nobody doubts it. Not Muslim, not non-Muslim, not atheist, not nobody. Nobody doubts this floor is going to collapse. But some people doubt what's going to happen after. But as Muslims, we know what's going to happen after that. We know there's a big pit. And at the bottom of that pit, there's a big fire. And nobody wants to go to that fire. None of us want to go to that fire. But we have good news as Muslims. We know there's a way to avoid that. We know there's a rope. There's a rope in this room, and it's coming, and it's attached. And if you hold that rope, you're going to be safe. When that floor falls, you're not going to get hurt. You're going to have something to hold on to. And this rope is unshakable. And this rope is unbreakable. But the problem is we look, we see everyone taking different approaches. Some people aren't holding the rope at all. They don't care. Some people are holding it, but maybe with like a finger or two. Now, if I'm holding this rope with a finger or two, when that floor falls, there's going to be a sudden jerk. And I don't think a finger or two is going to be enough. You need to hold it strongly, because you need to be ready. Some of us think, oh, maybe the floor ain't going to fall yet. Maybe it's going to fall a little bit later, so I can take my time. I'm just going to have one hand on the rope, and I'm going to have one hand on something else. You know? And that's what we're thinking. So the point is, we got to hold the rope. Now, what am I talking about? You know, all you know what I'm talking about, really, in reality. I don't need to explain what this analogy means to you. You know what I'm talking about. The rope is the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know what we need to do, but a lot of times we like to make excuses. And I'm just going to go through it and lay it down. We know we need to start reading the book of Allah. We know we need to start reading the Quran. How many of us have been neglecting this book for our entire lives? How many of us have read so many other books? How many of us have watched so many TV shows? And I'm speaking for myself. When I used to be in high school, I used to be into the rap, I used to be into the Wu-Tang. I used to be into EPMD. I used to be into the Funk Master Flex, whatever the heck you like. I used to be into that. And I studied the lyrics of these songs like it was poetry. And I did an entire assignment just on the concept of selling out in rap. And what does that mean? What does it mean to sell out? And I used to read Shakespeare, and I used to read this, and I used to read that. But who wrote all this stuff? That movie you watched, maybe it was Spielberg. That play, okay, maybe it's Shakespeare. Maybe he's pretty good. I don't doubt he's pretty good. But who is the author of the Quran? Whose words are the Quran? Is it Shakespeare? It ain't Shakespeare. It's someone a lot better than Shakespeare. We know it's Allah's words. And yet we're wasting time watching what Spielberg's got to say, what Joe Schmo's got to say. I don't care what he's got to say. Maybe it's something good, but it ain't as good as the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is just the reality of how we're treating things. And I'm talking about myself here. I was the worst. I'll be honest, there was no book I feared more than the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You think, why would I fear this book? Because when we used to go to the masjid, for masjid school, if you didn't read this stuff properly, you were going to get smacked. You'd be worried. Can I even read it properly? Oh, I'm not an Arab, I'm not used to it. It's a little bit difficult. There was nothing I feared more. My dad used to yell at me, you can't read this book properly. You got to go back to the Qaeda. You're never going to finish the Quran. You ain't going nowhere. And I used to think, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm still stuck halfway in Surah Al-Baqarah. I never could seem like I could finish it. Years were going by and I was just lost. I wasn't going nowhere. But the thing is, we got to start working on it. Just step by step, put in a little bit of effort and things can change. A little bit of effort, that's all it takes. Start reading the translation. We just read the book. If you don't know Arabic, you got to read the translation. You got to know what the heck you're reading. Start reading it. Whatever one. You just follow it, doesn't matter. Start from the beginning. If stuff isn't clicking, if the story of Bene Israel doesn't make sense to you, well then skip that page. Nobody says you got to read every single ayah. You can come back later. People used to become Muslim from a single ayah of Quran. A single ayah would turn people's lives around. So if this part ain't connecting with you, just turn the page. Nobody says you got to read every single ayah. Start from the front. Every time it doesn't click, just turn the page. Just skip that part. Simple. So that's the Quran. We know we got to fix that. Simple. Now we know, brothers move actually a little bit forward, inshallah. I don't know if any sister's going to be late, but they ain't going to be able to make it to the back. So that's the Quran. We know we got to do it. We ain't making excuses. It's simple. We want to hold the rope. We want to be good when that floor falls. Simple. And we know about the salah and the zakah. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. I'm not telling you to grow a beard. I'm not telling you to roll up your pants. I'm telling you what you know is right, and I'm telling you what you know you need to do. We know we need to get the salah together. We just ignoring it. We just acting like it's nothing. We skipping it. We doing whatever we please. Simple. You just got to start putting in sincere effort. I'm not saying if you ain't praying at all, you're going to go from 0 to 5 times a day in no time. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That didn't happen for me. It took a while. It took a lot of struggling. It took a long time to get Fajr down. You were sleeping at 2 a.m. How am I supposed to get up at 5 a.m. when I'm sleeping at 2 a.m.? But you got to make the effort. It's that simple. You just start working on it. It's simple like that. It ain't hard. You just got to start putting in the effort. It's just like that. And a lot of us got excuses. And I had a lot of excuses for why I wasn't praying when I was younger. I had a lot of excuses. Oh, I used to look at my grandmother. You know, I see her praying all the time. MashaAllah, you know, when I get older, you know, I'm going to start praying like that. I have so much free time then, you know. When I'm 65, when I'm retired, when my kids are doing everything, you know, I'm going to start doing my salah, you know. Then I'm going to start doing my salah. I guarantee so many Muslims are thinking like that. You look at your grandparents, you're like, yes, my grandparents pray, you know. I'm going to be like them when I get older, you know. I'm going to be like them. Inshallah, I'm going to be like them, right? That's what we're thinking. We think I'm too busy right now, right? I'm in university. I ain't got time. But let me tell you something. How busy were you from age 0 to 13? How busy were you? Every moment you had outside of school was free. You could have done anything. You could play with your toys. You could do whatever you want. Now look at high school. How busy were you from grade 9 to 12? How busy were you from grade 9 to 12? You thought you were kind of busy at that time, but now you're in university. Like, no, man. High school was the time. Those were the good days, man. That was when I had all the time to chill. That was when I had all the time to do whatever I felt like doing. And I still didn't pray. I don't know why, but I didn't do it. You know, simple. And now you're in university. Yeah, now it's busy, man. Now we're talking serious now that I'm in university. Exams, midterms, man. These guys are crazy. Those profs want to fail us, man. They ain't playing games. These profs are crazy. They want to fail us. But now ask brothers who are out of university. Ask anyone. Ask your uncles who used to go to university. And they always tell you the same thing. University was the time. That was the best time of my life. And you know why? Because they had a lot of free time in university in reality. That's why they said it was the best time. They used to do everything they felt like. Because you know what happens when you get out of university? You get busy. You get a full-time job. You got a wife. You got kids. Now you ain't even living your own life. You got to worry about other people's lives. So you think you're going to fix up your own life when you got to worry about other people? It ain't going to happen, man. I'm telling you. I got family members. I see them 10, 20, they ain't pray. 25, they ain't pray. 30, they ain't pray. 40, he still doesn't pray. 50, he still doesn't pray. 60, he doesn't pray. 70, he's went for Hajj and he comes back and he still doesn't pray. He still doesn't pray. He's sitting at home. He's a really active guy. He mows the lawn. He does stuff around the house. And I'm wondering, why doesn't he pray? He's got all the time in the world. How come he doesn't pray? How come? He's a good guy. He smiles. I meet him. We're old buddy. We're chill. But how come he doesn't pray? I don't get it. I even wonder. I'm like, how come he doesn't pray? And I'll tell you why he doesn't pray. Because he was playing this game where he said, I'm going to pray when I'm later. And you know what Allah says? He says, وَيُحَذِّرُكُمُ اللَّهُ نَفْسَهُ. He says, Allah warns you about Himself. You know, this is how much Allah loves us. All these people out there saying Allah is a God of hate and anger and all this BS. And Allah in the Quran, He's warning us about Himself. It's like a parent where you're telling the child, look, just don't do this, man. If you do this, you're going to get punished. Because He's the most just. If you do the crime, you got to do the time. He's not unjust. He's not going to let someone do 0 and just get a free ride. That's what He's telling you. He's telling you, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. This is what Allah is telling us in this book. If we read this book, actually. This is what He's telling us. But we're playing a game. We're like, no. I'm gonna trick him. I'm gonna just do my thing when I get older. You're not saying that, but in your subconscious, you're saying, yeah, I'm gonna trick Allah. I'm just gonna get my act together. At like 75, I die a year later. Boom, Jannah, no problem. That's our plan. That's the plan you're riding on, right? That's the plan I think everybody's running on, maybe. But you know what? He even knows about that plan too, and He's mentioned it right in here. You know what He says? يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهِ. They're trying to deceive Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you know what He says? وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. They don't deceive anybody but themselves. And the key part, وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. But they don't realize it. And that's the key, I'm telling you, brothers. You ain't going to realize it. You aren't going to realize that you are the one being deceived. You aren't going to realize that you're deceiving yourself. And that's why He says, وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. You ain't going to know about it. And you ain't going to know about it until that floor falls and you realize, whoa, what happened? I missed the rope. That's when you're going to realize it, and then it's going to be too late. So that's why I'm telling you right here. Salah is simple. It ain't hard. Just start working on it. And it's sad. I'm going to tell you it's sad. I'm going to tell you a story. It just happened to me about a month ago. In my family, I tried to tell people, let's just start doing the salah. Let's just start praying. You know, I'm not being strict. I don't want to judge nobody. I don't care. I just know you got to pray, man. There's consequences if you don't pray. So I tell my family, okay, it's Maghrib time. Let's go pray. Everybody comes. We're in the basement. We're going to pray. But I noticed several times a certain person didn't make it. He didn't come. One of my uncles, he didn't come. And I was like, what's the deal? Why isn't he coming? We're like, oh, maybe he's still doing wudu. Maybe he's taking his time. Maybe he had to go to wudu. Maybe he had to go to the washroom. But then it doesn't seem like he's coming. We're like, how come he ain't coming? And I go up the stairs, and we call. I yell up the stairs, Mamu, how come you're not coming? What's going on? Where is he? Why ain't he coming? And I go up the stairs, and I see him sitting there. And he's fiddling on his BlackBerry. Maybe he's writing emails. Maybe he's doing something he thinks is important. He's fiddling on his BlackBerry. And I said, are you coming? Mamu, are you coming? And he doesn't even answer. I don't even hear a word. Nothing. Silence. And you know what? I kind of felt angry, but really, it wasn't really anger. I kind of went back down the stairs, and I felt really sad, actually. I felt really sad, because I've been in that moment before. My grandma used to call to me, it's Asr time, it's Namaz time, why don't you come up? It's prayer time. And I was sitting there in the basement, and I was like, but I don't understand what my prayer means. I'm not getting anything out of it, And I used to not come. But I still wanted to fix up my act. I was just like, I don't know how. I need somebody to help me out. But nobody ever held their hand out and helped me out. Nobody ever did nothing for me. It just was a struggle. And that's why I'm giving this khutbah, because I want to help people. I'm telling you these lessons so that you guys can learn something maybe. I don't know. I don't claim to know nothing. But the real sadness I had then was I realized he'd given up. We're talking about someone who's about 50 years old here. I was worried. This is why I was sad. I thought maybe he's given up. Maybe he's given up on us, and that's why I was sad. Maybe he's thrown in the towel, and he doesn't care anymore. Because this is the easiest thing. It's even easier for him to pray. He's sitting by himself and not even talking to anybody. He looks like a weirdo. Why isn't he coming to pray? It's actually easier to pray than not to pray in this situation. But I realized he's given up. He's thrown in the towel. And that's really what made me feel sad. He's thrown in the towel. How many brothers have thrown in the towel? Why are we thrown in the towel? We're still alive and we're thrown in the damn towel? How come? Why? Why are we thrown in the towel? Why? Even if you throw it in the towel, I don't care. It ain't over yet. Go down to the damn garbage can. Pick up the towel. Dust it off. Wash it. And let's go. Get back in the ring. It ain't over yet. We're still alive. We can still hold the rope. Why are we throwing in the damn towel? Why? Why are we throwing in the towel? Why? We're still in it. We're still kicking. We're still alive. Why? Why are we throwing in the towel? Simple. And just one quick point about zakah. I'm not going to be too long. Zakah is simple. So Salah al-Limit, it's a little bit harder. You got to put in a little bit of time. You got to put in a little bit of effort. It's a little bit of work. Zakah is easy. We just like to say it's too complex for me. I don't get it. This 2.5%, this nisab stuff, this other stuff. It's very simple. Very, very simple. It's so simple. Boom, it's just like this. If you got over $1,000 if you got more than $1,000 in your bank account, I'm going to tell you right now, you're over the nisab. You got to pay your zakah. Otherwise, there's big consequences. Big consequences if you don't pay your zakah. Simple. It's just like this. If you got $3,000 right now, 1 year from now you still got $3,000, well then you got to pay 2.5% on that. If you got $3,000 right now and you got $5,000 1 year from now, well then you got to pay zakah on $3,000 because that's how much you kept for a year. If you got $3,000 right now and you only got $2,000 next year, well then you just got to pay zakah on $2,000 because that's how much stayed the whole year. That's it. That's simple. You want to pay the zakah? It's so easy nowadays. Just go on the internet, 5 minutes. Islamic Relief, whatever relief. So many Islamic charities out there. 5 minutes. You zoom down the website. Boom. Just type in the number. It's $25 for every 1,000. That's nothing. 25. You got $1,000 and you can't give $25 out of that? Is that the state of this ummah right now? It ain't really that reason. We just not trying. That's the reason. I'm not saying you guys are miserly. I guarantee you'll give $25 out, no problem. It says we ain't trying. Boom. It's simple. Just 5 minutes. PayPal, credit card, whatever, and it's done. Once a year you got to do that? 5 minutes of your time once a year? We can't do that? 5 minutes? It ain't hard. So what's this all about really? Where the heck am I coming from? Where's this crazy stuff I'm talking? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already told us. He already told us this in the Quran. Everything. It's all coming from the book. We ain't reading this book. That's the problem. What does he say in the Quran? What does he say? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. It says, واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون. He says just hold the rope. Everybody just hold the rope. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everybody just hold the rope. I don't care who you are. We're Muslims. We got to hold this rope. Everybody holds it together. Don't divide up. Don't break up. Why are we playing these games? This guy's a bad guy. This is a bad Muslim. This is a good Muslim. No. We ain't playing that game. We ain't playing games no more. Everybody just hold the rope. It's that simple. And what did he say? وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. Remember the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you. When you used to be enemies. Just look at how this ummah has evolved over time. Biggest enemies become the best of friends through this brotherhood of this ummah. He brought our hearts together. فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. So you became brothers. And this is the key part, and I'll be honest. Every time I used to hear this ayah, I used to cry, because I knew I was in that situation. وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَا حُفْرَةٍ مِّنَ النَّارِ. And you were over the edge. You were right on the edge of a pit of fire. That's our situation right now. As soon as that floor falls, there's a pit of fire there waiting for us. You were on the edge. You were ready to fall into a pit of fire. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved you from that. If you hold the rope, you're going to be saved from that pit of fire. It's that simple. It ain't hard. You're going to be saved from that pit of fire. If you just would just hold the rope, if you just wanted to hold the rope, you'd be saved from that pit of fire. كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. And just like that, it's so simple. Just like that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the ayat clear for us. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. So maybe we'd be guided. Maybe, hopefully. If we just wanted to be guided, we'd be guided. Inshallah. So that's really the question. That's the point I'm making here. We got to put in some effort. I know what brothers are going to tell me. They're going to tell me it's hard. Brothers always tell me this. And I'll be honest, this gets me really angry. Brothers tell me, Jannah is hard to get into. The brothers tell me, Jannah is really hard to get into, bro, man. It's hard. Jannah's hard to get into. And I get really angry. I say, no, bro, it ain't hard to get into. It ain't hard to get to Jannah. It ain't hard at all. It ain't hard at all to get to Jannah. But I'm going to tell you, it ain't really easy either. You got to put in at least a little bit of effort, and you got to put in at least a little bit of sincerity. And I'll tell you why. I don't care. I don't care I don't care how bad you think you are. I don't care if you go hit up the bomber every week. I don't care if you're getting drunk every night. I don't care if you're committing zina with a different girl or guy every night. Different one every night. I don't care if you kill somebody. I don't care if you killed 100 people. And I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because we got an authentic hadith that tells you why. Everyone can clean up their act. If you want to pick that towel out of the garbage can, you want to dust off, you want to get back in the ring, everybody's got the chance as long as they're still kicking, as long as you're still alive. There was a guy in an authentic hadith. He killed 99 people. 99 people. And I bet nobody in here has killed 99 people. I bet nobody's even killed one. And I don't care. Don't tell me if you have. Because I don't want to know. I bet nobody's killed even one, probably one person, though. I'm going to take the other gamble. But definitely not 99, even if someone's killed one. There's no doubt nobody here has killed 99. I'm pretty certain about that. So we got a guy, he's killed 99 people. We're talking about one bad dude, man. He's killed 99 people. That's worse than serial killer. Hardcore bad guy, man. Hardcore bad guy we're talking here. But you know what was special about this guy? He wanted to clean up his act. That was what was special about him. After 99, he was like, look, man, I'm a pretty bad guy. I got to clean up my act, I want to clean up my act. And this is what we got to tell ourselves. We all got acts to clean up, and I include myself. We all still got problems we need to fix. We all still got excuses we're making for something we ain't doing. We all know we got an act to clean up. And we keep making excuses. We keep lying to ourselves. He wanted to stop lying to himself, and he said, look, I got to fix my act up. I killed 99 people. I'm a bad guy. I got to fix my act up. So you know what he did? He rolled down to some guy who used to worship a lot. He figures this guy must know. Maybe he can tell me how I can fix up my act. And he went down to that guy. And that guy was one of those types of guys you probably ran into who just likes to judge people a lot. He just likes to say, forget you, you're too late, you can't be saved. One of those guys. I'm sure some of you met those guys. But don't write up everyone with a beard just because you met one of those guys. And he asked that guy, do I got hope? Can I make tawbah? Can I turn back to Allah? And the guy said, no way, man, you ain't got a chance. And he's like, well, then forget it. And he killed him too. 100 guys down now. I'm on 99, now I'm down to 100, man. He's like, forget it, man. If I got no chance, forget you. Kill this guy. Boom. 100 guys down. And he ends up going to another guy, though. He still want to clean up his act. He's like, okay, maybe I'll ask someone else. Maybe someone else knows. So he goes to ask somebody else. And this guy was more sincere. He was a scholar. He knew a little bit more. So he asked him, can I clean up my act? And he said, yes, you can clean up your act, man. If you want to clean up your act, you can do it. But he said, you were around in a bad situation, man. You were around some bad people. You got to go down to that town down there, man. There's some brothers and sisters down there. They care. They're going to hold out their hand. They're going to say, look, I want to help you. You got to go down to that town, man, because in that town there's people who are going to help you out. So he went on his way. And you know what? He didn't even make it to that town. He died on the way. And the long story short, because I ain't got time to talk too much, the long story short is he went to Jannah. And why did he go to Jannah? He barely did anything. The guy killed 100 people. What did he do? What did he do? You know what he did? He wanted to clean up his act. You know what he did? He started taking steps in that direction. And that's all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking for us. Because once you clean up your act, when you start taking steps in that direction, then it don't matter if the floor falls. That's where the mercy comes in. He's going to save you. If you want to play games with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then He's going to play games with you and He's going to fool you. But if you want to clean up your act, it's that simple. Just say, look, I want to clean up my act. And I'm just going to take a few steps in that direction. And it's that simple. And people are here to help you, man. I'll be honest. Most of us brothers are too shy to ask. And that's why I'm giving this khutbah. I don't even go to this university anymore, man. I graduated this past winter. I don't even go here anymore. I don't have to come here and give this khutbah. I could just sit at home. I could just go to Wadloo Masjid, put my feet up and just chill. I could go get a job, just do my thing. I'm here only for this reason, because I want to tell you brothers how it is. That's the only reason I'm here. Because I'm here to hold out my hand. Nobody ever held out their hand for me and said, brother, look, I want to help you out. Brother, look, I just want to, be a good brother to you and help you out. Nobody ever did that for me. Never. Even up to this day, nobody has ever done that for me. And I had to struggle. And I had to struggle a long time to clean up my act, because it ain't easy. But there's brothers and sisters here who want to help you. I'm a brother who wants to help. I'll give you my email. I'll give you my phone number. I don't care. If you want a reminder for every salah, I'll send you a text message. Whatever the hell you want, I'll give it to you. If you need help, I want you just to make that sincere intention. Just hold your hand out and say, look, I need help. If you can't reach the rope, we'll reach close enough so a brother will grab your hand and bring you to the rope. It's that simple. It's that simple. But the question is, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? That's the question. That is really the question. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Is it about time? Why are we delaying it? Why do we keep delaying? We keep playing this game. I guarantee you brothers have been telling it to yourselves for 5 years now, maybe 10 years. I'm going to clean up my act someday. I'm going to clean up my act someday. I used to say that to me too. I used to keep saying I'm going to clean up my act someday. I wish I would clean up my act someday. I used to see brothers who became practicing. I said, I wish I would clean up my act someday. I looked at that good brother. I used to be buddies with him. And now I see he cleaned up his act. He's at least praying now. He's at least doing the basics now. And I used to say, man, I wish I could clean up my act someday. I said, man, I wish I could clean up my act someday. I said, man, I wish I could clean up my act someday. Just so I could at least do the basics. At least I could pray. At least I could have something to show us subhanahu wa ta'ala. I tried. And it ain't easy. But we can do it. And then it's time. Now it's time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون. And he says, isn't it about time the believers humble their hearts in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Isn't it about time we clean up our acts? And I'm telling you, man, bank robbers, highway robbers heard this ayah, and they became the best of the Muslims, the righteous of scholars that we still read about in our books today, that we study their lives today. So it doesn't matter how bad you think you are. If you want to start cleaning your act today, you can become as good as you want to be. There's no limits. Islam isn't about how smart you are, or how strong you are, or any of this business. Everybody's got the same capability to be the best Muslim. The only question is if you're willing to do it. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. But yeah, so this isn't just some talk. In the khutbahs, a lot of time we just like to talk a lot, and a lot of people feel a little bit happy, or they feel a little bit emotional, or they feel this, and you go out the door and nothing happens. You know, we don't need any more talk. We need to start seeing action, and I'm serious about this. And we're going to start doing action right now. I'm going to lay it out right now what we're going to do. We're going to start cleaning up this ummah, and we're going to start right from this campus. We ain't playing games no more. Everybody talks about how we need someone to start doing something. Everybody talks about how why doesn't someone just start some project? Because we just like to talk. Nobody likes to do any action in this ummah, and that's the problem. Just do it. If you want to do something, you know it's good, then just do it, man. Don't ask no questions. Just do it. Alright? It's that simple. I'm going to be straight. I don't know everybody. I don't know half of you guys. I probably don't know most of you guys in this audience. But I want to help our brothers and sisters in Islam. I don't know who's hitting up the bomber every week. I don't know who's drinking the alcohol. And I ain't interested in judging nobody. I just want to help those brothers. I don't know who's not praying any of their salah. I don't know any of these guys. Maybe you guys are maybe sitting here, maybe they're, I don't know who's not coming for Jummah. I don't know these guys. I mean, how many people can I know? How many people can I know? But we got to help these brothers. And even you and I, all of us need some help. So we got to work together. That's why we're one ummah. That's why it says everybody hold the rope together. We got to help each other. That's what this ummah is about. It ain't about criticizing each other. It ain't about saying people are bad Muslims and good Muslims. It's about helping each other. That's what this ummah is about. There's a story where Umar, he knew about a guy who was drinking a lot of alcohol, and the Sahaba said, how are we going to fix this guy up, man? What are we going to do? Anybody know what he did? He just wrote a sincere letter. Everyone thinks Umar was so hard, like he would have went down there and beat the guy down with a stick. No, that ain't what he did. He just wrote one sincere letter. He said, give this to the bro when he's sober. And when he read it, he cleaned up his act. It's that simple. We just got to hold out our hand to brothers. A lot of brothers who are sitting in the bomber, they want to clean up their act maybe. But nobody's coming down there and saying, brother, I want to help. I don't care what we got to do. If you want me to go buy a rope, we're going to roll down to the bomber, we're going to say, brother, just hold the damn rope and let's get out of here. I don't care. We got to do whatever we got to do. We're going to clean up this scene. We're going to clean up this scene. I don't care if we got to go out at 120. Jummah time's coming. We're going to roll around ring road. We're going to say, brother, just hold the rope. Brother, just hold the rope. We got to go, man. It's Jummah time. We got to get over here. This is where we got to be. I don't care what we got to do. We got to start cleaning up this. We got to start cleaning up our act. We got to do whatever needs to be done. We just got to do whatever needs to be done. That's what we need to do. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting all you involved. So I want to get people's emails. We're going to handle sheets. I want to get brothers' emails. I'm going to give you my email. I'm going to give you my cell phone number. Anyone wants help, you just talk to me. You want to talk to me after the Jummah, you talk to me. You know some brother who needs help, you let me know. You need help, you let me know. You want to help others, you let me know. We're going to make it happen. We're going to start cleaning up this campus. We're going to start telling brothers in the bomber, please, if you want to clean up your act, we got good brothers who want to help you out. We're going to tell older brothers, we want to help you out. So I'm just going to lay it down how we're going to do it, all right? Once the salah is over, we're going to do it like this. All you guys who think I'm crazy and I'm wasting my time, I want you guys to leave first. And all you guys who ain't got time, you think maybe you don't think I'm crazy, but you just ain't got time. This boss is gonna kill you. The Jummah is getting a little bit late. People complaining they ain't ending by 2:05. I'm sorry, I had to make it long. This ain't my style normally, but some things need to be said. All you guys who you just gotta go. It's okay, you can go. We got even sign-ups on the floor, up there on the walls. If you want to quickly write your email down, boom, just do it. Or if you don't care, you think I'm crazy, that's okay. Just go. I still love you. You're my brother in Islam. I don't care. If you think I'm crazy, that's okay. I don't care. All right. Everybody, those people leave first. And I want the rest of you brothers to shift over here so we can make some room for the sisters, because this place ain't big enough and we're trying to get a bigger room, but it ain't happened yet. So we're going to shift, everybody else shift over here, and I want the sisters to go outside and they can sign the forms outside. We're going to get some sisters. I don't have a sister yet, but if you're a sister and you want to help lead this project, you want to start helping out sisters, then step up and write your name on there. Say I want to help. Say I want to help my sisters in Islam. If you know a sister who wants to help, then write her name down too, or send me an email. I'm going to have my email on those sheets. Just send me an email. We're going to get stuff happening. And for the rest of us, we're going to sit here. I got clipboards here. We're going to pass it out quick. Boom, boom. Everybody just get your emails down. I don't want nobody praying sunnah because it's going to create chaos. We need to get these emails first, all right? We need to get these emails first. It's going to create crazy. People can't move anymore. And I'm going to tell you about that too. It's better if you pray your sunnah at home. It's better if you pray your sunnah where people don't see you. There's an authentic hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said you get 25 times reward if you pray your sunnah where people don't see you. So it's better you go pray back in your workroom or wherever the heck you can pray. And if you can't pray, it's okay. You pray here, then fine. But just at least give me the email first. Let's finish up the email business, all right? Let's just finish up the email business first, and then you want to pray your sunnah, it's okay, it's cool, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, it's a good deed, but I'm just saying it's better if you pray it at home or wherever. So we're going to do it like that. We're going to start the salah inshallah in a bit, and that's what I want. I want brothers to give the emails. Brothers who think I'm crazy, you can leave first, and brothers who ain't got time, you can leave, and then we're going to shift, and then boom, sisters do their thing, we do our thing here, and it's like that. And we're going to start making. I ain't going to spam your emails, I ain't pulling no tricks, I ain't putting you on no mailing list, I ain't doing nothing with your emails, don't worry. You don't need to give me some fake email or something, it's alright. This ain't no MSA project. I ain't working for somebody or whatever, I'm not trying to sign you up for 3 days. I'm not trying to sign you up for 40 days. I'm not playing any games. I'm not doing nothing. I just want to help my brothers and sisters in Islam. That's it. And I want us to work together to help our brothers and sisters in Islam. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Alright? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to clean up our act and just make that sincere intention. رَبِّ اجْعَلْنِي مُقِيمَ الصَّلَاةِ وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي رَبَّنَا وَتَقَبَّلْ دُعَاءَ ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد اللهم اجعلنا من المؤمنين ومن المحسنين الذين يعملون على كتابك والذين لا يخافون لومة لائم أقيم الصلاة